Hello everybody and welcome back into part 3 of our Cleopatra deity culture game with Secret Societies mode and Heroes and Legends mode enabled. In this video here, it's an hour and a half of gameplay, kind of condensed to what I'm assuming will be closer to 20 to 30 minutes somewhere. We're doing our best. We're expanding. We're fundamentally doing the things we need to do to get a culture victory. We're going for the right techs. We're getting the right great works. There's a few things that set us back in this episode. The other civs in the game denied us great writer points through the... I always call it the government. It's not called the government. What is it called? The World Congress, and so they denied us great writer points through there, so we have no great writer points coming in for most of this episode. Also, we didn't even meet any culture city-states, which is super frustrating. We had that in the science game as well. When you have 8 city-states in a game and not one of them is for the victory type you're going for, it can help you get there. It can be a little frustrating, so this is going to be a longer game. Overall, still really confident we can land the plane here, but just expect a few more episodes than we were normally going to do. If you would like to hang out on the Twitch stream and watch us play Civilization live, we do it 3 or 4 nights a week, along with Football Manager as well. That is in the description below. That link is down there. I don't know why I keep hitting my mic. I need to work on that. Spatial awareness, Brad. There are also links down there to a whole bunch of things, Twitter, Discord, and Patreon if you want to chip in there. If you are on YouTube and you want the Twitch subscriber benefits in the Discord, you can head down to Patreon. That is one of the benefits there for any tier of subscription. Otherwise, let's hop right into the game. Cheers, everyone. I had the cojones to post episodes 1 and 2 of this on YouTube before even finishing this game. So we'll see how this goes. I'm hopeful it'll be a win. I finally found someone who appreciates what olives can do. 11 gold for 30 is a wonderful deal. Now that Magnus is established, we were able to chop out our commercial up here so we can build a market now for trade routes. We're going to need at least 5 trade routes, 1 to every empire in the game. So we'll need at least 4 commercial hubs or harbors to make that up. And we will buy a settler here now that Magnus is established with faith. We've met Geneva. Now, Geneva's a really interesting city-state to put our envoys into. I'm still holding out hope that there'll be a culture city-state. But if we don't find one, your city's earning plus 15% science whenever you're not at war is very helpful in a game where we're not going to be at war with anyone. So we can just dump 4 in here if we'd like. I'm going to put 1 in here for now. I'd love to get that plus 1 science. And then we'll see as we get more envoys whether this is where we want to use them. Normally, I don't save my envoys this long at all. This is a fairly special case. But I'm still hopeful that we'll be able to find some culture city-states. I think it's also time for Amani to be a little bit helpful for us. There's a reasonable world where you can grab Liang for the extra build charges. I don't think we're in that world right now. Reina can be quite nice with Cleopatra, allowing land units to buy, or allowing your empire to buy districts with gold. Sorry, I was read land acquisition and got it mixed up. But with where is it? Contractor. You can purchase districts with gold, but we have Hercules in this game too, so he can just build our districts. So I think grabbing Amani here. For now, we're going to put Amani in Geneva, and then if that goes well, we'll chuck our envoys into Geneva. But if we find some culture city-states, we'll move Amani to them. As you get more great works of writing, great works of art, those types of things, make sure you are filling your slots with them as soon as you can. Tourism increasing, culture increasing, those types of things. Very, very important. I called it! Oh! At some point in one of the first 2 episodes, I can't remember where, the Great Admiral thing happened in the government, and I was like, hey, I wonder if Royal Navy dockyards are in this game. Indeed they are. Indeed they are. Friendship, Elizabeth? Hooray! Elizabeth wants to be friends with us. I think that is a perfect arrangement. Thank you, thank you. I think this city here, kind of in the middle, is one of the best spots we can go here. I want to try and find a way to get all the seaside resorts over here, while also getting the floodplains to get the production boost while building districts, while also trying to maybe get this campus on this tile here with the reef. So I think this city in the middle will cover all of it. It'll be one of our bigger cities eventually. It'll take a while to get growing, though, but we have Hercules in 5 turns to maybe help us out. And Shadet has been settled. I can take over Geneva now, and I think I'm going to do that to get that little bit of a boost to our science. If we meet any culture city-states, we'll just have to work with what we can do, but I think that'll be a good pick for us. Also gives us a little bit of vision, which is interesting. Jadviga, hello, hi, how are you? Are you doing a religious game? Is that your jam? Is that what you're up to? Send a delegation. All right. Maybe she'll be happy with us. Maybe she'll be happy with us. Please don't win a religious game. I've never seen someone so happy that we're sending them trade routes. The Netherlands flourishes with every shipment you send to us. Well, I'm glad. We sent a trade route to Batavia here to hopefully get a trading post in Batavia. That'll extend 15 tiles, and then we can get to Delhi here once we can see it. I'm going to grab Reina. It's a bit of a weird pick. There's not much I want to do with my governor titles right now. We're still too far away from the next era to save it, I think. So I think we are just going to grab Reina and maybe find a use for her. If anything, this city's going to grow a little bit faster in the meantime. We still need a few more settlers. I'm going to be able to buy one more down here with Faith, maybe two by the time the era's done. So that can happen down in Shadet. We can still need one city here, maybe one over here. And I think I'm going to build one up in Rakadet. Do we want to build one in Rakadet, though? No, you probably want to build it in Akhenaten. Nah, but Rakadet has the extra production from the government plaza. Either way, I think we're going to build one more. I think I'm going to start to need to send one up here if I ever hope to have this area under my loyalty. This 9 population from Harlem is going to be putting a lot of pressure over here. In the meantime, though, I can buy this library here to make that feel good so we're not missing out. I'm going to put the Theater Square District Adjacency bonus card in here. I'm also going to grab the settler production card here to make that settler just a little bit quicker, and that should be good for a few turns. We have enough theater squares near the wonders that this will actually be quite helpful for boosting our culture. 77 to 84 is not a bad increase. I'm going to vote here to earn double points towards great writers. I'd like to, even if I can backlog them and get a whole bunch of great writers that I don't have slots for right now, I'm positive I'm going to be using Hercules in this era and the next eras to build lots of theater squares. So this will be worth it for us. Do we get it? Do we get it? No points earned toward great writers. No great writer points for a whole government? That's really sad. Well, we're going to make do with what we... Not gonna lie, that slows this down a bit to not get any more great writer points during this era. Or during this government, sorry. Alright, I have tried something with England here just to do a little bit of a test. The more I think about it every time I do a culture game, the more I've wanted to try this. I've always been going open borders, just one and even, but then I think that also improves their tourism towards me. I wondered what would happen if I just put my own open borders. So you can see I've sold her my open borders for like 1 gold per turn, but she still has hers, so I can't go into her empire. If I now go here and I go and check out our bonuses, we are not getting the open borders boost. So the open borders boost needs to be mutual, it seems like. Now I've traded for her open borders as well. What does that do for us? Now we have the boost. So the open borders needs to be mutual. That was just a fun little test for us to do. I always assumed it did, but you just never know. Also, you pay for this? Thanks, Jadviga. Appreciate you. I think our galley might be dead, friends. I think our galley... I think they sailed into a trap. This is rather unfortunate. All right, we now have printing. So I hard-teched printing. I've really valued printing. Having printing as early as possible is great because you get extra tourism from your great works of writing now. It's not going to help us win the game right away, but it is helpful to start building those tourism numbers up and start bringing more tourists in. Now, the next place we want to go... I'd love lumber mills. I think lumber mills are valuable. We don't have a lot of production in our empire, and keeping the wood styles around for high appeal is great, so being able to put lumber mills on them for a little bit of extra production is great. We're not really going to build too many industrial zones, if any at all. So I think maybe the next spot we want to go is education for a little bit of science. And then we'll check to see if there are any boosts along the way. We definitely need to go up to flight eventually. Other than that, though... I don't think there's anywhere we specifically need to rush. Computers is really important for tourism. I think we're good there, though. I think we're good there. Let's grab lumber mills and then move over a little bit towards education. Maybe getting a Petra down here along the way, but doubtful. The galley survived. It is a modern miracle. I wonder if we're going to get trapped here, if we're going to be able to make it through. I just want to meet the last civ. All right, we're going to use Hercules for 3 districts. It's probably going to be a campus right here, a harbor, right over here, and a theater square down here will probably be our 3. You get Hercules once an era after he dies, and so once Hercules is dead, we'll be able to buy him again. We can also buy Maui again, too, if we want to spruce up some of these desert tiles. I know we have silver here. Maybe there's some other things that we can put here just to spice up this city a little bit if we settle one. England is mad that I'm building harbors? I don't know. I don't know why England's mad. England, why are you mad at me? I'm just going through. Don't mind me. I'm not a problem. I'm not hurting anyone. Leeds is fine. Leeds is totally fine. Man, we could literally use like 100 Herculeses. We have no production in this empire at all. That's why putting lumber mills on these woods is helpful, because this is hard. Humanism is a really big boost for us. Being able to get art museums is awesome. So we're going to save up all our gold. It's 64 per turn right now, and buy art museums in every city that can grab one. Now we're going to need a tier 2 government. I am going to pick Merchant Republic. Monarchy doesn't do a whole lot for us. Theocracy doesn't do a whole lot for us. So Merchant Republic shall be the pick. All right, this galley has done his job. We've just got to avoid death on the way out. All right, we've met all of the city-states, and none of them are cultural, which leads me to believe this game is going to go later into the game. So we're going to take the best ones we can, which will probably be the science ones and the economic ones. You should always be checking about which actual suzerain bonuses are good for you as well. That's why we picked Geneva over Fez. But more than likely, we'll be going into Geneva and Fez, then Hunza and Muscat. It does leave us open the option of a really good Kilwa wonder as well, so we'll leave that option on the table for us too. He lives! He lives! Hooray! The hero we all deserve, Mr. Galley. You can see that we have started recruiting some tourists to our empire. We have 2 out of 62 we need. Gandhi has 2 out of 62. Wilhelmina has 1 out of 62. Of our 2 tourists, 1 is from Gandhi and 1 is from Wilhelmina, none from anywhere else. You can see Jadwiga has 58 needed. It is, the number you need is 1 more than the lowest person that, or than the highest person that isn't you. Right, so the highest person that isn't us is Jadwiga, 61, so we need 62. The highest person that isn't Jadwiga is Gandhi at 57, so she needs 58 tourists, and that's how that works. Lumber mills feel so freaking good, man. I normally don't like lumber mills, but this feels good. All right, we hit a dark age. I decided not to try overly hard to get the era score needed to hit the standard age. I don't think we're really in a spot where any of our cities are going to flip. We're not really near anybody else. And this at least gives us the springboard possibility of getting a heroic age, which I would love. And so I decided, hey, it's worth taking the dark age if it's not going to have a huge effect on us right now. That way we might be able to get the heroic age later. It does make settling this city up here pretty impossible, though, which is rather lame. But otherwise things are fine. So I could have been a little more careful at the end of that era there. A reasonable person might have used their last remaining faith to buy 1 more settler before the era ends. I'm not going to lie, I wasn't really paying attention that much. I probably should have bought a settler there to settle this city here, and that way we would have been all done. As it stands now, I might need to build 1 more settler later, but hey, it's fine. You make mistakes in a game. I just want to let you know that I think I probably made a mistake. Although having this faith is nice, it might be helpful for us. Maybe it turns out that it was a good idea. In my head, though, I think I've made an error in not using what I had to buy a settler before the era ended. We have achieved Merchant Republic. This is a big deal for us. Let us... Oh, yeah. New government, new life. Awesome sauceum. Probably take out the settler. We do need to build 1 more settler, don't we? I done goofed not buying that settler. I'm feeling real bad about it. All right, let's pick some cards here, and I'll let you know what I've come up with. All right, for the time being, I've decided to go pretty all in on adjacencies. Holy Site, theater squares, commercial hubs, and campuses will give us adjacency, or double the adjacency boost now, which is awesome. Commercial hubs and theater squares being the most important of those. Holy Sites next, and then campuses afterwards. So this one might move out eventually if we get a better card to put in. I was tempted for Merchant Confederation. I think maybe we'll hold off on that just for now. I don't think that we already have a lot of gold. And while I think gold is going to be our way into this game because we don't have a lot of production to produce things, so we're going to have to purchase things. I do think that gold is probably not quite as good as the little bit of extra science help we'll get. And then up at the top, we are going to go press gangs here. We want to build a a ship on the right side, on the east side of our empire, to go and scout out in the ocean. And then here, charismatic leader, still great. Opera and ballet is really important to us. And then after that, we really need to try and get Cristo Redentor here. That'll be really helpful for us as well. On the way, we're going to hit natural history, which is awesome. Everything else that comes along the way is nice, but we're not really shooting for it directly. So we'll go opera and ballet into mass media, and then everything that comes along the way is awesome. And we'll try and get as many of these boosts as we can. We can purchase our first art museum, so I will go and do that now. I like to do 2 art museums for every 1 archaeological museum, and we can talk about that a little bit later. But for now, we can purchase our first art museum. I'm going to settle on this quarry, this stone right here, because I want to keep both lumber mills alive. I don't want to have to chop either of these out for a little bit of production. I'd rather get rid of this and this, because these will give negative appeal if we build the quarry there. We can also use Hercules as like a little bit of a ship to kind of go around here. He's already used all his charges to build his districts, so we're just going to use him to kind of roam around and have a good old time. Poland has been spying on us. I demand that you cease spying at once, Poland. We have a lot of faith right now and not a lot to spend it on. Do not fear, we're going to need to save a lot of faith to build naturalists, to build rock bands, to build cultists. There's a lot we need faith for, but do keep an eye on your great people here. All right, there are some great people we might want to grab. Also, I'm a little bit reassured that we are the only people here going for great artists. Nobody even has any points yet at all. Obviously, great writer points got stalled along the way, but this does bode well for us in a culture game if we're really the only people shooting for it at the moment. All right, I'm going to head up to cartography because I really want to be able to scout out the rest of the world, head into deep ocean. If there's another little island off this Pangaea, I want to be able to settle it. Those are usually great places to grab some free national parks, so hopefully we can find one of them. And then we're going to head straight for Eiffel Tower. The whole game relies upon us getting the Eiffel Tower. If we do not get it, the game will not work as well. And everyone else has more science than us, which means they will get the opportunity to build it first. So we have to be on our game when it comes to the Eiffel Tower. I'm going to start grabbing some alliances as well. I think I'm going to make a cultural alliance here with Wilhelmina if she'll accept it. You want me to give you 13 gold? That's totally fine. What that'll do is it'll give me a little extra culture for the trade routes that we are giving her. But also, it'll make it so our loyalty doesn't affect each other. So if we end up in a Dark Age again or anything like that, we won't be able to flip each other's cities. But I think we'll grab... What do we want with Victoria here? We're not really trading with her too much yet. We can't really reach her, but she'll be next up. Maybe go a research alliance with her. Will she like that? She will indeed. And then we'll go for a alliance here with Jadwiga. We'll go religious. She'll love that. There we are. Perfect. Gandhi is still grumpy, though. First great artist. Acquired. Send you. Where's Pingala at? All right. No art museum. 10 turns. All right. We'll send you here then. That's fine. Enlightenment is a really powerful place to hit in the tech tree here because getting rationalism and free market are really good. Rationalism is great in almost every game. Free market's good in almost every game. We just have to wait a little bit longer for us to get a few more of these buildings in, but otherwise these will be great cards for us. I'm going to put Grand Opera in instead of Holy Site adjacency bonuses. I think we have enough faith banked up now that we don't need Holy Site adjacencies as much anymore. It's probably only 5 or 6 faith per turn anyway. I think Grand Opera, well, it's not going to increase our culture much this turn. It will in the long run just keep building our culture up and helping it exponentially grow. 117 to 121. A small amount now for a big amount later. For my next government plaza, I'm going to grab the intelligence agency. I just think getting a free spy is super helpful. We've already had Jadwiga spy on us. I don't really have a great place to build a spy. See, I'm telling you, there are places that you can settle that aren't on the Pangaea. This is exactly what I'm looking for. All right, we can finally collect our great writer points again. That option is not here this time. We are not trading with city-states, so I don't really care. And I want to save my Diplo favor. Duplicates of the we have olives. Maybe duplicates of olives grant amenities. We have enough amenities. I'm not too worried about it. No amenities for ivory. Guess who doesn't have any ivory? Sky. Me. Us. We don't. Now here we go. Galapagos. Like this is... If this is settleable here, this might be a game changer for us. Well, it's not settleable because it's Gilgamesh who's the last person in this game. Hi, Gilgamesh. I got you confused earlier. Well, that game changer just got less game changey, although this is a shocking settled decision. He's working none of these tiles. What a guy. Gilgamesh, he marches to his own beat. Gilgamesh also always almost accepts friendship right away, so we're just going to be nice, big friends with him. He's also someone we can probably trade with right away because of his close proximity to us. So we'll use Hercules to carve out a bit more of this fog of war here. Then we can probably send a trade route from Niken if there's a coastal city here. That's a big, scary pike and shot core. Please don't hurt me. So we bought 2 art museums. I am going to grab an archaeological museum now. We don't have access to our... What are they called? Why? They're not excavators. Archaeologists. It's going into an archaeological museum. I'm so dumb. They're called archaeologists, right? God, I'm the dumbest person ever. We're getting towards our archaeologists. Good to have just ready to go, though. Gives us a little culture in the meantime. It gives us great artist points all the same, so that should be fine here. Perfect. Natural history has been boosted, which is awesome. We can also buy Hercules again, which I'm probably going to do soon, and Maui again, which I'm probably going to do soon. Gandhi is going aggressive this game. I am not going to resist their aggression. I am a bit busy trying to make my empire nice and beautiful. It is going to slow him down from actually winning a culture victory. It is kind of lame that he's got the most tourists right now, but it is going to slow him down a little bit. I think he's just also built the most wonders, which is probably what's doing it. But if he's insisting on going around and conquering the world, we'll have a bit of an easier time. Who is at war with Gandhi? Nobody for now. Gandhi's going to get away with it and lose the city. That's that's actually, you know what? This is freaking impressive. How do you even do this? How do you even do this? That is an impressive win. You're not going to keep the city, Gandhi, but I'm going to give you the impressiveness of that win. I can't see anybody else on the map going for Taj Mahal. The more wonders we have, the better time we are going to have trying to get tourists to our empire, which is great. I can't... It's hard because you don't know where people might be building Taj Mahal in the fog of war. But as of right now, we don't see anybody doing it. So I'm going to make a Taj Mahal play here. And we have a bunch of chops here with Magnus that we can use to try and get it quickly. We are now officially able to trade with Gilgamesh, just as I suspected. So we will be doing that here. Now we have a trade route to Gilgamesh and a trade route to Wilhelmina. So that's 2. All right, so we're finally getting more great writers again. We have so much space for great writers. This is where hopefully we can really start boosting our culture and tourism. I think at this point in the game, Maui can still be pretty useful. There's still some desert tiles here that are kind of blah, that maybe we can put some resources on and hope get a little bit better. We can also try and do it in some of these kind of floodplains tiles here and see what we get, although I think the desert's probably the best place for it. Gonna use Hercules here to finish up a +3 campus. Bada bing, bada boom. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, we're so close. We need 3 era score to hit this this heroic age. We're so close to the grand plan. All right, I need to find 3 era score this turn. I need to find 3 era score. Let's see if I can do it. Also, we know there's an existing resource here because Maui won't let us build. So that means there's like oil or something here, which is nice. We like oil. We don't have a problem with oil. All right, we got our first spy. You are going to counter spy, my friend, actually right here. You're going to counter spy right in the Pingala district. That's usually the governor they try and take out first. Governor title, I'm going to save it for indoctrination, which we're going to get next turn when the era flips. All right, so I can definitely buy a great musician for 1 of this era score here. So let's do that to start. 2 left. How are we doing it? I can get 1 era score actually by grabbing a Pingala here. Is that what we need to do? Are those the lengths we have to go to? All right. Are there any units? Oh, I don't have any units at all. I could buy like my first iron unit even. I'm going to save just in case this doesn't work. I don't think I have any units. What have I upgraded? I upgraded to a skirmisher. I think I have all those like first iron unit, first niter unit, first... I should buy a musketman. I know that'll do it. First horse unit. I do not want to spend 960 gold to do this, but let's try it. Oh, that only gave us 1. No! Okay. All right. We got this. We've got this. We've got this. We've got this. Envoys. Can we suzerain anyone? Nope. Don't make me wait. Oh, I'm gonna get a governor title in 4 turns anyway. I'm getting a governor title in 4 turns anyway, so we are going to do uno momento. We have to redo our cards. We are gonna go Pingala to the end. That'll, not that we want Space Initiative, but that'll give us the 1 era score we need. Bada bing, bada boom. We have a heroic age, and that is going to be the perfect place to leave this video off. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys had a good time. I'll be with you next for Cleopatra Part 4. This game is going real slow. We don't have a lot of production. We don't have any culture, city-state, so we'll see how this one pans out. I'm hopeful, but hey, Civ is a game where you do your best and you see what happens, so I hope you're having a good time in these videos. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit the like and subscribe button if you did. You can find all the links to the live stream and everything else in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.